So now we're going to look at Spark's shared variables. There's two types that we're going to talk about today. We have the broadcast variables and our accumulators. Broadcast variables are useful for when you have a large data set that you want to use across the worker nodes. Instead of having to send out the entire data set, you just send out the variable. So here I'm going to create a simple broadcast variable with an array of 3 integers. And then to get the value, you simply call the value function. Again, useful for using with large data sets, so you don't have to send it out across the entire cluster. Accumulators are another type of variables that can be added through an associative operation. It is used to implement counters and sums efficiently in parallel. Spark natively supports numeric types, accumulators, and standard mutable collections. Programmers can extend these types for new types. Only the driver can read the values of the accumulators. The worker nodes can only invoke or increment the value. So here I create a simple accumulator with a value of 0. So it starts off as 0, and now we're going to test this out by creating an array of 4 integers, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then we're going to iterate through array. So for each element of the array, add the value to the accumulator. So essentially we're going to sum up the values of the array into the accumulator variable. Go ahead and run this to create and increment the accumulator. So once that's done, the accumulator value has been incremented already. To see the value, you also call the value operator, and you'll see 10, the sum of all the array elements, total up to 10. Again, this command to get the value of the accumulator can only be invoked on the driver side. The worker nodes can only increment or add to the accumulator. They cannot see the value of the accumulator. Finally, we're going to take a quick look at the key value pairs. We've seen this already with join RDDs. You can create a key value pair by just putting it in the parentheses like I'm doing here, and then to access the individual elements, it starts with the dot underscore notation. Index 1 is at the 1 and index 2 is at the 2. So it starts at the 1 index.